Okay, so I figured out how to do this without adding a bunch of parts. This this one has the machine gears in it, so I took this top idler gear shaft out. I replaced it with the stock gears, mainly just to check this, make sure it works. Because what I'd have to do with this one is I'd have to turn this gear down so it's not engaging anything. Because right now I've got the stock shaft with a stock gear, this one, in here. There's a piece that comes in the parts tree that looks like this, but it's the full length, so it's as long as to there basically. So this top shaft is in there right now with just this gear on, no gear here, and that's in this position right here. What I did is I took my my overdrive selector, and what I did is I took the machine gear out to test it, because I don't want to ruin this gear right away. But what I did is I took the gear that's in there and I took my Dremel and I put flat spots on the gear. So I took out like 2 of the gears, made a notch. On the other side I took 2 of the gears, made a notch. So it has 2 basically pinch points, so it holds the gear in there. I turned this gear into the dog on the back, like what this side has. So there's a screw there and there's a screw there. Those are some fairly short screws, but they're long enough to where they engage that flat spot that I put on this gear. And what it does is it holds that gear in place from top and bottom, so it cannot spin. And it's still got the bearings on it, so it spins freely. The shaft spins freely on it. So if I select backwards, I put a little bit of pressure on this, it goes into dig for the front. There it goes. So it goes into dig just like the rear does. So if you go back with the rear and wiggle the outdrive, it slides in. So that shaft spinning all at once, it's not engaging the outdrive. And if I push it forward, now it's engaging the outdrive. So it works just like the rear dig, except it is over here. So we just turn this gear into the dog on the back, made it to where it doesn't move and it stays stationary. And now this is doing the part of the machine parts or the 3D printed parts or whatever, and it's steel. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably turn this gear down to where it doesn't make contact at all with this gear that's stationary. So I'll turn that down. That way I can go back to my machine gears on the top, because I don't trust those centered gears. And right now I've got one in there that I don't trust, and it's that one right there. So, and then I've got the centered gear here too, but just because I didn't want to ruin a set of machine gears just yet. So I'll probably will flat spot this one and put it in, but realistically I don't think that gear is going to matter. It's just this one up here that I'm a little nervous about. So that's how I got dig on this. So I think that'll work just fine. I don't see any reason why it won't. It works just like the rear dig, so that's locked up. And go forward and engages. Go back, just like the rear one. A little bit of pressure on the shaft and it'll fall into place. Now it's locked up, won't go anywhere. So there it is. So we can do dig on that without buying a bunch of parts and waiting on stuff. And there's no reason why that's gonna ever let go. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess you break the housing. I did have to clearance the skid a little bit, right there, for that to sit flush, because that screw in the bottom did make it bind just a little bit where it wouldn't sit flush. But there it is.